Welcome back to Untitled Tarot. And yeah, I figured it might be nice to have a little bit of sage to start this one off. Energies are pretty high, as we're all well aware. Sending out love, light, and truth, and the pursuit of it to all. So, here's another big report. We are dealing with a lunar eclipse. And lunar eclipses in general, can trigger fated events. But this one, it's not so much the eclipse that's of concern in this moment. It is the moon square to Mars. So we're dealing with some very intense energies. I would anticipate that that this June will be probably one of the most intense months that we've had in decades. So, as I advise to many of my friends, make sure you have your helmet on this weekend, because it's going to be a doozy. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, really. But it's definitely a time to not give in to impulses, especially when we're feeling triggered by something. So before I get too deep into the details on the eclipse, I'm going to get a little business stuff out of the way. I do offer private readings, and so I've just finished making a little flyer, which I've posted on Untitled Tarot on Facebook, so you can see it there for quick reference. But basically what I'm offering is I'm offering a one question 30-minute in-depth tarot reading. That will be for $35. And then if you want to go a little bit more into your situation, or if you have a few things you want to take a look at, then I would recommend that we do the multiple questions 60-minute reading, which a lot of the times they go more. Now, I can do those live, or I can also record them and send you a link online where you can look at them yourself and possibly opt for them for download. I'm still kind of working that out, but at any rate, I do have a space to send you a link at this time, and I'll give you more details about that once you message me. And then my third little itty bitty reading option is the I Need a Sign 3-card reading, and that is recorded only. So what I would do is email you a photo of the spread in terms of the cards that I laid out, and then a quick little voicemail or voice memo file for your use to refer to. So then also I would like to direct you to the Venus retrograde, Venus RX, for each sign, the reports that I did for each sign a little over a week ago. Those reports are going to be relevant for May, June, and July. And also a handy reference for your hindsight is 2020 kind of thing as we move into the late summer and early fall, because we've got a lot of aspects that are triggering significant changes, because we have moved into a new chapter and we're creating a paradigm that we have no point of reference for. So things are happening, we're not really seeing them coming because we're not familiar with the dynamics of this new paradigm. So Let me see, did I get all the business over with? And then also, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that when I do get videos up, you are notified right away. And so, yeah, let's get to the general astrological themes for this lunar eclipse. So, this lunar eclipse is in Sagittarius, and because it's square Mars, the dynamics are around love and hate. So, and, you know, all manner of extremes in this respect. So, it's a classic kind of dynamic where you really have to ask yourself, which wolf am I going to feed? There will be things that will poke you, that will trigger you. And so if you don't want to be caught up with a huge mess of details to have to work out when throughout the rest of the summer, when you really wanted to have your eye on other things, then I suggest you really rein yourself in. We all need to take a pause, take a breath, and know without a doubt that we see the way that we're heading clearly before we act. Most of the planets are in retrograde or in some stage of it, and Mercury retrograde is right around the corner, folks. So, you know, with all the action that we've seen so far, it's really best to be paying attention and put your helmet on. What this is also leading us into is we have a solar eclipse later in the month, and that will be, what is that solar eclipse going to be in? I believe it's is it Cancer? Yes, it's going to be Cancer. If I'm wrong, I will correct myself. And that's going to be based on our issues around freedoms and restriction. So I think that we're already seeing a lot of those themes that are playing out, and here at this time we're looking for sort of the culmination or the climax that does bring clarity and opens up a whole new path for many of us. One of the things that I've been finding that I've been advising my clients of so far is that when we feel like we're in this vice grip and the options are not clear, and we find that we're actually attached to a particular outcome of our situation, I recommend that you find a way to surrender without it having to mean failure or death. So, as with all of my readings, I like to play with perspective, and I invite you to join me as I provide you with the context of astrology to then create yet another story with finer details in time and space with the tarot. So, here's the deal. Virgo, this eclipse falls in your 4th house of house and home. So you could be looking at some home repairs that are going to be demanding your attention. So if you have something that's been kind of eating away at you in the house that needs to get done, something like plumbing or electrical, you know, you could maybe do some preventative and at least take the steps to approach it, because it could end up being something that, you know, you don't have any choice. You're going to have to address it right away this weekend. So, but on the happy side of what this eclipse could mean for you would be achievements in your career. So let's take a look at the tarot. I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards. Then I'm going to clarify them with my mini Rider-Waite tarot. So there's 1, and there's 2. Alright, and 3. Okay, so what are the surrounding energies, Virgo? Woo! We got the Strength card. So you could be feeling very strong. You also could have a Leo in your circumstances for this eclipse. All right, so you've got, in the past, you've got the Three of Pentacles. So this is someone that you were working with. And so let's see here. So this could be a reconnection with someone from your past. Because in the future position, or just, you know, the general timeline here, is that, you know, this is a going back. This is a retrieval or a wrap-up of something. But at the center of your reading, you also have the Ace of Pentacles. So you could have some sort of, maybe you're working out of home and there's a new beginning within whatever it is you're doing that involves someone from your past, maybe a Leo, or, you know, if it has nothing to do with a Leo, you could just be kind of finding a new strength as the energies are shifting and changing. And so perhaps you've even found a new home through new work circumstances that have been brought about by someone that you knew from the past. So let's take a look and clarify each one of these cards for a little bit more insight. All right, so we'll take that one for that. Let's see. Okay, so the moon is what's clarifying the Three of Pentacles. So it looks as though you might even be working through the full moon, through this eclipse. And, you know, maybe, you know, things seem to be opening up now in various places, and people are feeling, you know, depending on where you are, you have more freedom of movement. So maybe there's a little party going on somewhere. Or maybe maybe there's some sort of new venture that's going to be revealed that brings about a new beginning, but culminates in something that you started a long time ago. So let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. So, you know, you could be receiving a message as you're addressing your priorities, and it has you actually kind of reevaluating everything in terms of where your goals were. Yeah, you know, you're weighing your options because, you know, not only is this your career and you're working at home, but it's definitely finding the balance between the responsibilities you have within your home environment and the emotional responsibilities you have towards the people that you live with. So what are the underlying energies? Yeah, house and home. So so Virgo, you could be finding a completely new circumstance with people you've known in the past that that are bringing you a refreshed sense of home, and emotionally it's going to be very rewarding. But yeah, whatever it is, it's definitely bringing all of those pieces together that make you feel comfortable at home. So let's see here what we have with the Lenormand deck. Oh yeah, this could be with family even. You know, this is the tree, which represents legacy and family ties and ancestry. And we've also got the Seven of Hearts, which in the tarot represent confusion. So you may be getting clarity around your living situation by going back to your family. And it's because there's still some stuff to learn. There are things that you don't know that are going to be helpful at this point in your journey in terms of the decisions that you're making, the new beginnings that you're embarking on, and what energies you want to bring with you in this new chapter. So Virgo, I hope you found that helpful, and we'll see you again.